Okay, fans, this next segment, we're going to be giving our prediction on fight between Mauricio Herrera versus Jesus Soto Karass. Two fighters who have been boxing for some time now. At one point, I would consider Soto Karass a gatekeeper, but they're pretty much at the twilight of their careers. It's a fight really where depending on what your viewpoint is, I don't see much coming of it. But since it will be a fight, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, like you said, these two guys are coming out of their career basically. I mean, on the way out. We already saw the best of these years. You got Herrera, who had his best days fighting Danny Garcia in a fight that he thought he won. I mean,
I thought he lost, but the whole world thought he won.
Yeah, you got Danny Garcia.
And I'm like, you don't see what I see, you don't believe. Is it just me, Angel, and Daniel, only people that believe he won? Like, what the hell? And the whole country of Puerto Rico, even Puerto Rico, is like, oye, papi, esa pelea tú la perdiste. Está jodido, papi. La vida es la pelea, pero la vida está durísima, ¿viste? So, hasta los coquis se fueron de ahí. No, let me stop. But no, if you look at Mauricio Herrera, like, I'm looking at his the losses he has in his career. Well, let's just go forward from the time that he went into Golden Boy. I remember, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, I remember when he got signed to Golden Boy. The first guy he fought was I want to say, no, it wasn't. I stand corrected. I want to say it was Mike Dallas. No, it was Provodnikov fight. That's what it was. He won the Provodnikov fight, and then that was such a close fight to where it put him on the map. And then from there was he fought Mike Dallas, and then he lost to Alvarado, and then Kareem Mayfield, and then from there he lost to Garcia, which is very controversial. I can't even say that's an insult to controversial, man. I would say it, but it was a fight that was viewed by many as a loss to Garcia, which it's all based on perspective. But you know, it's each his own. You know, everyone sees the world through their own lens. And then you have Jose Benavidez fight. I thought he won that fight, the Benavidez fight, because I think they just gave it to Jose Benavidez. So I would say at least two of the fights in his career, I would say are the two losses, which could have been wins. The Frankie Gomez fight, I felt he lost that one. The Pablo Cesar Cano, I thought he lost that one. And then recently he has a fight with Hector Velasquez.
Yeah, Frankie Gomez destroyed him.
Yeah, that's when I saw, like, oh shit, this motherfucker's on the way down. So he has a win, and then pretty much he is fighting Jesus Soto Karass, which Herrera's record is at 23-7, 7 losses, no knockouts. So I mean, the guy obviously has a super chin, never been down. But the problem here with Herrera is he has no power. I mean, guys only got 7 knockouts and 23 wins, and really one of the reasons he has all these wins is most people that say they fought him, they say he's a difficult fighter. He uses his head a lot. He likes to clinch. He does a lot of dirty tricks, but more likely he's more technical. He likes to do like a lot of tricks in the ring to get by in that. Then with Soto Karass, he's the opposite. He's a guy who has power. Obviously, I don't know if you guys remember the Keith Thurman fight. He brought Keith Thurman one time during the fight.
I think he dropped Maidana also.
I believe, yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think he dropped Maidana. So he has power. The only thing with him, he has a lot of losses to where his chin may be at play here. Notable opponents he's had, obviously, is Yoshihiro Kamigai. They fought twice. First time was a draw. Last time was a loss. Devin Alexander, Keith Thurman, obviously, Berto. The Berto fight, remember the Berto fight? Berto was like a fucking alien. That thing was terrible. So, and obviously the Gabe Rosado, he fought as well.
Yeah, but the thing about Soto Karass, he kept moving from 154 and 147. So, like, for instance, like the Gabe Rosado fight was at 154. He went back to 147. And even his last fight with Kamigai, it was at 154. So, I think he
a lot of inactivity too. I mean, he 2013 he fought 3 times. Yeah, 14 fought once, and then 16 he fought twice, and then now he's fighting from. It's pretty much a whole year, 11 months, almost a whole year inactive. You were saying?
So yeah, it seemed like he didn't want to deal with losing the weight, but every time he moved up to 154, he realized that he didn't belong there. So, so some of those losses you know,
a tribute to the weight.
Yeah, tribute to the weight. So yeah, he was a kid like when he was training and moving up, you know, and to be creating a career as a pro. All the people around him saw like he was special, but it was one of those guys that never made it to where like being a champion or. But he became a gatekeeper, and sometimes a lot of the times those guys are not well managed, or also sometimes they want the money fast. They don't have that vision of the future. They just want that paycheck real quick, and they'll take the tough fight even when they're not ready. And he might have fallen into that, but this is a real hard fight to gauge.
Not because they're so good, it's just we have to see they're all lacking because they're so bad, both of them.
At this point.
So I mean, looking at it, if you put inactivity, I would say Herrera is the more active fighter. Herrera has the better chin. Who has the more power? Soto Karass. They both fight pretty similar. Mauricio Herrera likes to come inside, use his head, likes to clinch. Soto Karass loves to be on the inside and fight on the inside. So the way I see that fight, it could be on the inside literally. If I had to make a pick, my pick, just based off what I've seen, not necessarily off a record, I'm picking Soto Karass to win. Either just straight punishing him for 12 rounds. Because I mean, with Herrera, one thing I've seen about him, I feel like he's slowed down a lot. And I don't feel like he has, that's the same Herrera, the fall Garcia or the fall Provodnikov. I think that he's like, you know, and I mean, I don't know this guy's personal life, but from what I've heard is like Herrera has alcohol problems and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's even affecting his reflexes as far as how fast he is. But I'm not taking away from his skill. I just feel like he's slower. Like I see him in the ring, even like his punch out, but he's not reacting the same. I think just Karass is punch drunk at this point. I think.
Yeah, this fight, like I said, it's really hard to gauge, and you know, Herrera was a crafty fighter, really hard to find. But at this point, you know, it's really, you know, he had that fight with Hank Lundy, which became I don't know, contest, or I think I went to the scorecards because he got severely cut, and I thought he lost that fight, and from there on he went into I don't know, he took a while to come back and haven't looked good ever since. I mean, I don't know, I'll have to agree with you because Karass is the bigger guy, but this fight, they both on their way out. So
I was surprised, like it'd be like they both punch and they both fall down at the same time.
It's that kind of fight right now. I mean, honestly, because like for instance, we had a similar fight when we saw Guerrero and Figueroa, but then at least you knew that Figueroa was a fresher fight. He was a younger guy.
That was deceiving as fuck.
But Guerrero was on his way out, so you had to go with Figueroa. But this is a fight where they both been looking bad.
Yeah.
And where they both on their way out. So, like I said, I agree with you. We're going with Soto Karass. He's a bigger guy.
I wouldn't be surprised if it be a stoppage, but just based on the fact that Herrera can take a punch,
yeah, he's never been out.
It probably be either a technical knockout to where the ref has to stop it. But
yeah, probably at this point.
Either that or it could go to a decision. But if I had to guess, if I had to even go jump on, I'd probably say like a technical ref to stop the fight.
Because even Soto Karass,
because Frankie Gomez, that motherfucker was putting a beating on him, and nobody jumped into that shit. They're just like, this is how they fight. Just leave him alone. I know these fighters.
Even Soto Karass in his last fight, like he wasn't even throwing punches. He was just there to get hit. So
it's like.
This is a real
That's
hard.
like
I won't be surprised if Herrera wins. I won't be surprised, but like I'm gonna just edge it to Soto Karass. He's a bigger guy, you know. If Herrera comes up,
and has the power at least.
And yeah, but then if he's not throwing punches, what can?
But it's gonna go. Think about it. If Herrera likes to fight on the inside, and this guy, it's gonna be inside fight. They ain't gonna fight at long range. They're gonna be right there in the phone booth, throwing uppercuts and shit and hooks to the body. And that's pretty much what it's gonna be it. And I think Herrera's only game plan probably to tie up and pretty much try to come in with a jab as he's coming in, but they're gonna tie up eventually. So that's just how I see it. You know, obviously,
it's like I said, this is a real hard fight to.
Not because it's so good, because it's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And I'm not saying they're bad, like they have no skill because I'm better. Like compared to the people in the survey, like the landscape, like I pick somebody else before I pick them.
No, it's where they're at in their career right now. I think they're
on the way out.
Reaching the door on the way out. You know, they haven't been looking good lately, so it's hard to pick. It's like, you know,
Okay.
And I think they both come out of losses. Or Herrera won his last fight?
Herrera won his last fight, and then Soto Karass, I believe he won.
Lost. No, he lost.
Oh yeah, the common guy won.
Camera guy.
Let me verify that. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
I think he lost.
Yeah, heard him before since.
Yeah, common guy in 2016. It's been a year, September of 2016, so it's about to be a year. So.
Yeah, and then Herrera didn't look good on his win either. So I mean,
he's fighting at Turning Point and shit.
I just picked the bigger guy just for the heck of it.